So while the meringues are baking, you can make the lemon curd for the lemon mousse filling. Here I have 4 large eggs, which I've brought to room temperature, and I'm going to take 1 cup of sugar, add it to the eggs, and I'm going to whisk it until thick. And you can do this by hand. It takes just a couple of minutes, maybe not even that long. Once they're nice and thick, you're going to add 1/2 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Before you squeeze the lemons, you want to zest them. I like to use this microplane and end up with 2 tablespoons of zested lemons. For a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, it took about 4 lemons. I'm going to add the lemons into the egg mixture while whisking. And stir it just to mix it up, and then set it aside. Next, I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and I'm going to set it on the stove and bring it just to a boil. Make sure to watch it so that it doesn't boil over. Once the cream has come just to a boil, you're going to add it to your egg mixture, whisking while you add. Excuse me, this pot is quite heavy. Switch positions. And once it's all stirred in, you're going to take the egg yolk mixture, pour it back into the pan. And you're going to cook it on medium heat until the mixture thickens and coats the back of a spoon when you draw your finger through it. Make sure not to let it boil, otherwise it'll curdle. When you heat your lemon curd, you want to make certain to stir it constantly. I like to use a figure-8 motion, and make sure that you get every little last corner so that it doesn't curdle. And this is what it looks like when it's thick enough and coats the back of a spoon. After it comes to this consistency, you want to take the lemon curd and pour it into a nice clean bowl. And as soon as you have it in your bowl, we're going to take some plastic wrap and press the wrap directly on the surface to prevent a skin from forming. Now your lemon curd is ready to cool, and you can place it in the refrigerator to let it cool. We want to make sure that we cool it for about an hour, and then we'll be ready to fold in the whipped cream. So while you let the meringues and the lemon curd cool, you want to toast 1.5 cups of sliced almonds for the outside garnish of the terrine. Once the meringues have cooled, you want to take your 9x5-inch loaf pan and line it with a piece of plastic wrap, leaving a 2-inch overhang on each end of the wrap. Then you want to take each meringue rectangle and make certain that it fits into the loaf pan, like so. If one's a little bit too big, such as this last one, you may take a serrated knife and gently shave off the sides until it fits into the pan. Now it's ready to have the lemon curd filling. Once the lemon curd has cooled for about an hour and feels cold to the touch, you want to take your 2 tablespoons of grated lemon zest and gently fold it into the lemon mixture. want to stir it around to make sure that you break up the lumps of lemon zest. Once the lemon zest is mixed into the lemon curd mixture, you want to take 1 1/4 cups of heavy cream along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and whip it to firm peaks. Afterwards, we're going to fold the whipped cream mixture into the lemon curd in 2 additions. When folding this in, we want to make sure we do it very gently too. Once the whipped cream is incorporated into the lemon curd mixture, you want to reserve 1 cup of the mixture for frosting the outside of the terrine. Afterwards, you want to take a meringue rectangle and gently place it in the bottom of your lined loaf pan. Then you want to take 1 shy cup of your lemon mixture and spread it evenly on the meringue layer. You want to repeat this process until you've used the remaining lemon curd and meringue layers. Once you've got all 4 layers filled, you want to carefully flip the meringue terrine out of the pan, unwrap it, and then top the top layer with the remaining mousse. It looks a little bit sticky and gooey, but don't worry about that because you'll end up resealing it and freezing it once it's finished. This just takes a few minutes here to layer the remaining curd on the terrine. Don't worry if it looks a little bit messy because it will clean up nicely once the sliced almonds go on the outside. The important thing is just to make sure that you cover the sides with the curd. Okay, once you have enough of the curd on and around the sides of the terrine, you want to take your almonds and just gently pat them on the top and the sides, covering the terrine completely. So we're just putting on the last little bits of almonds, and now we're ready to wrap the terrine and put it in the freezer for 4 or more hours until it really firms up. It is a bit fragile at this point, so if you can wrap it and let it sit on a cutting board or some sort of plate while freezing, that would be a very helpful hint and good idea. Now it's ready to go in your freezer. Once your terrine has frozen overnight, you're going to remove it from the freezer and let it sit out for a minute or 2 to make it easier to slice. Once it's sat out, you're going to put it on your plate, and there's your lovely, light, refreshing summer dessert, delicious on its own or with a nice berry sauce. Thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time and subscribe.